So Tim, as you know, I wrote one of the 5 covers from the new issue.
Yeah.
The one with arguably the best cover art, not the one. Metro Last Light is the game.
Sequel to Metro 2033.
Exactly, I know that you're a big survival horror fan. You played some Metro 2033 over the weekend.
Yeah, after I read your cover story, I kind of wanted to get my hands on it to see what all the hubbub was about. I know that we gave it a 9 back when it came out. So basically from what I've played, I don't really know what's happened in this post-apocalyptic Moscow, but the game starts off and, you know, it does that sort of in media res thing where there's terrible things that happen and then you start off and everyone's trying to just make their way through these subway tunnels. And it seems like a pretty cool atmosphere.
I'm Game Informer's resident super spy, and I heard you griping yesterday morning about one detail that I'm completely on board with, that in this version of the future, there's only one book available. It happens to be Metro 2033.
You wake up and it's just like, your character you see on his desk is just like, Metro 2033, I'm like, oh, that's a cute little, clever little nod to the, you know, the original book. I'm like, oh, all right, I like this game. And then you just go to the next desk you see in the game. It's just like, oh, everyone's reading this book about their lives that they're living. This is truly stranger than fiction.
Oh yeah, you go to like a ruined apartment complex and it's just like some totally scuzzed out bathtub and next to it is just a pile of those books.
It's just, that's what ended the world.
Maybe people use that for fire.
Post-apocalyptic worlds are a dime a dozen in video games, and it feels pretty oppressive. I feel suffocated, you know, and that's not just suffocating gas everywhere.
No, that certainly helps because you have to wear the gas mask. That's a big part of the game.
And you have like this charge thing that you have to crank up.
Yeah, for your headlamp.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't just stay on. You don't just pick up batteries. You got to like pull it out and.
Yeah. So from what I've played mostly, it's been, you know, in the subway tunnels and stuff.
Yes.
And I really like the glimpses of the outdoors when you're just seeing like basically this like Chernobyl-esque ruined landscape. Is Last Light gonna have any more of that, or?
Yeah, at E3 they showed some more of the outdoor environments. There's like wreckage of a plane crash, and Artyom, main character, has some flashbacks to the plane as it's crashing, which is kind of interesting. The demo that I got most recently took place in the tunnels. It was a kind of departure from the previous one because before you fought a lot of naked mole rats and dudes with tails. Here there's
They have pants?
Tattered pants, kind of like the lizard, and the lab coat.
Thank you for explaining it in ways I understand.
Exactly, but you fight some like bug-like creatures in this one, which is super creepy. There's like webs and crap all over the walls.
It's supposed to be like cockroaches can survive anything types of thing.
Maybe, I don't know. It seemed more like spider, scorpion hybrids.
Oh, okay.
Super gross sound. I think the sound design is one of the stronger parts of the game. You feel like you're constantly running out of ammunition. You're almost always on the edge of being defeated, and it's a really exciting feeling. And I think that survival horror doesn't necessarily mean zombie
Terrible
coming out
controls.
of combat, you know, where like a guy's coming out of a closet or you gotta take a picture of a spooky ghost. I think it could just be oppressive atmosphere, limited ammunition, and I think that's kind of the hallmark of it. And I think that this is absolutely a survival horror series.
I'm probably going to finish the game, I think. It hasn't grabbed me that much, like in the first hour and a half. The shooting doesn't feel as snappy and as satisfying as maybe it could. Are they changing anything with that at all?
Yeah, the weapons have gotten a little bit of an overhaul. They say that they recognize that that was one of the weaker spots.
Yeah.
When we first started the demo, it was pretty interesting because the guy from the team, without any kind of coaxing whatsoever, was just like, THQ blew it. They totally blew it in every possible way with the first game. They didn't put any money behind it. I think the shooting suffered in particular. It just didn't have a lot of balance or play testing. You know, it felt really weak and puny. And I think it's important too in this kind of game. You don't want to feel completely overpowered. You don't want to be auto-aiming from one guy to the next, just instant headshots, everybody's dead.
Yeah.
But I think that it erred on the side of maybe feeling a little sloppy and, like you said, unsatisfying. This one, in addition to the weapons getting an overhaul, the actual weapons themselves, that system has been upgraded to where you can actually enhance the weapons that you have. I know there were concerns with THQ putting more of an emphasis on this game, that it was going to get kind of turned into any other military-style shooter that you'd see out there. From what I saw, it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. I think action is still a big part of the game.
Well, for fans that are going to have a gut reaction to a trailer, you know, obviously THQ is going to piece together the most action-packed parts of the trailer in order to get across the high notes, but you know, even from my played of 2033, it's like you're on a rail car and there's these monsters swarming you and you shoot them, but as soon as you're done, you're immediately alone again, and you know, the atmosphere starts to kick back in and you're starting to feel very desperate. And so that stuff doesn't preview that well in a trailer.
Another thing too is it doesn't seem as though the gameplay is taking a hit in terms of complexity. It's not like they're going, well, now he's got a LED light, he doesn't have to worry about that. They did say that the way that your gas mask worked wasn't communicated very well. You had cartridges you'd have to replace or else you'd choke to death on your own exhalations. Here, you've got a nice handy meter that's a little more visible, so they're hoping to communicate the systems that are in place that they're retaining, adding a few other ones. It's such a minor detail, but like there's a part where you look up and it's raining and then your little droplets of water and you gotta go to wipe them off.
Like you actually have to hit a button to wipe
Yep.
your...
Shoot a dude up close. Oh my gosh, my mask is covered with all kinds of nasty stuff. Oh, wow.
Last Light sounds really cool, and I'm curious, based off of what you know, what you played of 2033 and what you know about Last Light, what's a good reason that people should finish up 2033 or instead of just waiting for Last Light?
I just love 2033. I think the atmosphere was great. I think it's one of the few games out there that does a good job of telling a story without being in your face. You don't get a lot of audio recordings or a guy on your headset. It's just kind of a lot of atmospheric storytelling where you can stop if you want and listen to a conversation between guards that kind of fills stuff out. I know a lot of games do that. Splinter Cell was like a pretty early example of that, but most of the time those guys were just goofing around saying, hey, I heard that, there's a guy sneaking around here, whatever, and you choke him out.
Yeah.
This is more people talking about their misery and suffering.
Kind of stuff that you're into.
Oh, you.
If they're able to replicate some of the high notes of Metro 2033 with Last Light, I think it's probably worth keeping an eye on.